Decoding the Mind, an introduction to rating scales. In the intricate realm of human behavior, understanding thoughts, feelings, and perceptions is paramount. Yet the subjective nature of these experiences poses a unique challenge for researchers. This is where rating scales emerge as invaluable tools, bridging the gap between the qualitative and the quantitative. Rating scales provide a structured framework for capturing and quantifying subjective experiences. Imagine trying to measure happiness. It's an abstract concept, but by asking individuals to rate their level of happiness on a scale, we can begin to quantify this elusive emotion. The beauty of rating scales lies in their ability to transform complex feelings, attitudes, and perceptions into numerical data. This transformation unlocks a world of possibilities for researchers, allowing them to analyze, compare, and draw meaningful conclusions from subjective experiences. Whether exploring personality traits, measuring customer satisfaction, or evaluating the effectiveness of interventions, rating scales serve as indispensable instruments in the quest to understand the human mind. The spectrum of measurement exploring different rating scales. Rating scales capture diverse aspects of perception and behavior. From simple agreement scales to nuanced measures, they offer a versatile toolkit. The Likert scale, named after Likert, asks respondents to indicate their level of agreement. Semantic differential scales measure connotative meanings with antonym pairs like good and bad. Visual analog scales use a continuous line to indicate intensity or frequency. Understanding each scale's strengths helps researchers choose the right tool for their objectives. Likert scales gauging agreement and disagreement. Among the diverse array of rating scales, the Likert scale stands out as a ubiquitous tool in social science and psychological research. Its simplicity, versatility, and ability to quantify attitudes and opinions have cemented its place as a cornerstone of measurement. Developed by American psychologist Likert in the 1930s, the Likert scale typically presents respondents with a statement and asks them to indicate their level of agreement or disagreement on a 5 or 7-point scale. For example, a researcher might ask participants to rate their agreement with the statement, "I am satisfied with my job," on a scale ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. The beauty of the Likert scale lies in its ability to capture not just the direction, but also the intensity of attitudes. By providing a range of response options, the scale allows researchers to discern subtle differences in agreement or disagreement. Moreover, Likert scales are relatively easy to administer and analyze, making them an attractive choice for researchers across various disciplines. Whether exploring job satisfaction, political attitudes, or consumer preferences, Likert scales have proven to be a robust and reliable measure. Beyond agreement, semantic, differential, and visual analog scales. While Likert scales excel at gauging agreement or disagreement with statements, other rating scales offer alternative approaches to quantifying subjective experiences. Semantic differential and visual analog scales, in particular, provide unique ways to measure the connotative meanings and intensities associated with concepts and sensations. The semantic differential scale, developed by Charles Osgood in the 1950s, presents respondents with a pair of antonyms, such as happy-sad or strong-weak, and asks them to rate a concept on a scale between these extremes. This scale is particularly useful for measuring the emotional associations people have with brands, products, or even political figures. Visual analog scales, on the other hand, provide a simple yet effective way to measure subjective experiences that are difficult to quantify verbally. Imagine a 10-centimeter line with no pain at one end and worst pain imaginable at the other. Patients experiencing pain can mark their perceived pain level on the line, providing a direct measure of pain intensity. By moving beyond simple agreement or disagreement, semantic differential and visual analog scales offer researchers valuable tools for tapping into the nuanced and often non-verbal aspects of human experience. The perils of perception, understanding bias in rating scales. While rating scales offer a powerful means of quantifying subjective experiences, it's crucial to acknowledge that their use is not without potential pitfalls. As with any measurement tool, rating scales are susceptible to bias, which can skew results and lead to inaccurate conclusions. One common type of bias is response bias, which refers to systematic tendencies for respondents to answer questions in a way that misrepresents their true feelings or beliefs. For instance, social desirability bias can lead individuals to respond in a way that they perceive as more socially acceptable, even if it doesn't reflect their genuine opinion. Another potential bias is interpretation bias, which arises from differences in how individuals interpret the wording of rating scales or the meaning of response categories. A statement like "I am satisfied with my job" can be interpreted differently by individuals based on their personal definitions of satisfied and job. Researchers must be mindful of these potential biases and take steps to mitigate their impact on data quality. This includes carefully crafting scale items, providing clear instructions, and considering the cultural context in which the scale is being used. Combating bias. Strategies for reliable research. Recognizing bias in rating scales is essential. Employ strategies to mitigate these biases and enhance research reliability. Use reverse-worded items to identify response patterns and reduce acquiescence bias. Choose response scales wisely. Odd-numbered scales offer a neutral midpoint. Employ statistical techniques like factor analysis to ensure consistency. These strategies minimize bias, leading to more accurate insights. Designing effective rating scales, clarity, relevance, and balance. Crafting effective rating scales is both an art and a science, requiring careful attention to detail and a deep understanding of the target population. To ensure that rating scales accurately capture the intended information, researchers must prioritize clarity, relevance, and balance in their design. Clarity begins with using simple, unambiguous language that is easily understood by the target audience. Avoid jargon, technical terms, or complex sentence structures that may confuse or alienate respondents. Each scale item should convey a single, clear idea, leaving no room for misinterpretation. Relevance is paramount in ensuring that the scale items are directly related to the construct being measured. Every item should contribute meaningfully to the overall assessment of the target variable. Irrelevant items not only add noise to the data, but also frustrate respondents and potentially compromise the validity of the results. Balance is crucial in presenting a range of response options that adequately reflect the continuum of the measured construct. The response choices should be evenly spaced and labeled in a way that is clear and meaningful to respondents. By adhering to these principles, researchers can create rating scales that are not only methodologically sound, but also engaging and informative for participants. From subjective experience to objective data, the power of rating scales. Rating scales stand as a testament to the ingenuity of researchers in their quest to quantify the seemingly unquantifiable. These versatile tools empower us to bridge the gap between subjective experience and objective data, unlocking a deeper understanding of human behavior, attitudes, and perceptions by translating complex feelings, beliefs, and opinions into numerical values. Rating scales provide a common language for researchers to communicate and compare findings across studies. This ability to quantify subjective phenomena has revolutionized fields such as psychology, sociology, marketing, and healthcare, allowing for more precise measurement and analysis of human experience. Moreover, the use of rating scales has facilitated the development and validation of psychological theories and interventions. By providing a standardized means of assessment, rating scales enable researchers to track changes over time, evaluate the effectiveness of treatments, and gain a more nuanced understanding of the factors that influence human behavior. In an increasingly data-driven world, rating scales have become indispensable tools for researchers, practitioners, and policymakers alike, providing valuable insights that inform decision-making, improve interventions, and ultimately enhance our understanding of the human experience. The future of psychological measurement, embracing innovation and ethical considerations. As technology advances, psychological measurement is on the cusp of exciting innovation. New methodologies offer novel ways to capture human experience with precision. Ecological momentary assessment uses smartphones and wearables for real-time data. AI and machine learning analyze complex data patterns. However, ethical standards and data privacy are crucial. Balancing innovation with ethical responsibility unlocks the human mind's mysteries. If you found this video insightful and want to keep exploring the fascinating world of psychology, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And to make sure you never miss out on our latest deep dives into the mind, tap the bell icon to get notified instantly. Together, let's continue unraveling the mysteries of the brain and mental well-being. And hey, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.